somehow I have to build a whole Rider's Quadrant on here. Hello? Where is this tower going? It looks like a water tower. Do I recommend building Basgiath War College the first time you play this game? No. Welcome back to another gaming video. Today we are playing the newly released Tiny Glade, and I think the best way to describe Tiny Glade to you is to read the welcome blurb. Tiny Glade is a small diorama builder where you doodle whimsical castles, cozy cottages, and romantic ruins. There's no management, combat, or goals, just kick back and turn forgotten meadows into lovable dioramas. I have played the demo of Tiny Glade, but this is my first time playing the full game, having everything available, all the seasons, all the tools, all the decorations, all the foliage. The first time I'm seeing everything, and I am throwing myself in the deep end here by giving myself quite the challenge for the first time playing, and that is because the challenge I have set myself today is to build Basgiath War College from the Fourth Wing series. If you are not yet familiar with the Fourth Wing series, here it is. It is currently only a duology with another book being released early next year, I think. Basgiath is the war college that the main characters in this book go to learn to become dragon riders. There is quite a detailed map in the front of the book, which I will bring up on the screen because I have it open on my desktop as well. But it is a top-down view. So we have the general structure of what the college is meant to look like, but not really much else except for descriptions in the book. I am not going to be using these books today to determine what I am going to be designing because they are extremely thick and I would have to spend a lot of time going through them. I am going to be using the Wikia page. Mostly I'm going to be using the main map and my imagination to create Basgiath War College in Tiny Glade. We're going to see how this turns out. Grab a drink because we might be here for a while. I have my Coke Zero as always, and we're going to see if I can pull this off to any degree of success. Basgiath is not giving flowery. I do believe that we can change the season once we're in and building. Let's build in summer because summer feels like the most clean slate out of all the seasons, and then we can see the college in the different seasons. Where is our... I want to make this big, you know, I want to use up all the space so we can see our outline border of the space that we have to work with. Let's clear this little tiny adorable cottage out of the way. Is this like just destruction mode? No, that's like, that is like, there we go. As I said, I am learning this full game for the first time as I do this challenge, so it's going to be interesting. Also, throughout this video, if you have any suggestions about things that you think need to be changed, if you're a massive Fourth Wing fan and you notice a detail that should be updated, feel free to comment and let me know because I'd love to make updates after this as well. But we're starting with a clean slate. The Rider's Quadrant of Basgiath War College is up higher than the rest, and we're going to have to terraform as high as we can, which is not going to be that high, I don't think, but we're going to find out. So we terraform. The little sheep. I forgot the little sheep did that. I mean, this is going to work. I also need to be... Okay, I need to imagine top down. There's also a river that runs through the middle. Very small river, I think. Kind of, there is a lot of lily pads in there. Kind of like this. Like that. And I am realizing how little space I have to work with. The little sound effects. We're redoing the river already. Like I said, grab some snacks. We might be here for a while. Okay, I think after much trial and error, this is the river I'm going to start with. Then this whole land over here is literally raised up. This is all on a cliff. I need my brush to be bigger. Draw over this, oh, there we go. Draw over existing terrain. And the sheep. The Rider's Quadrant is just going to end up with one sheep, isn't it? I'm going to have to figure out how to terraform this down now, which I didn't think about. as I was building it. I should have built up the layers, but that's okay. So the side near the river kind of has like a little bit of like gradation of the cliff. It like slowly becomes steeper. So I'm just working out the best ways to do this, and it becomes like flatter and flatter, and then over here becomes fields. Okay, I think this is a pretty good representation of what the landform is kind of meant to be like. We're working within limitations here. Somehow I have to build a whole Writer's Quadrant on here. We're going to see how that turns out. The rest of it is going to be built down here, which all this is pretty flat. So we got lucky there. This was just kind of what I needed to build upon up here. The other hard thing is going to be doing the parapet, which is a tiny bridge, I guess, that they have to walk across at the beginning of... If you've read the book, you know they have to walk across it to be able to enter the Writer's Quadrant when they are basically signing up. It is very dangerous. That music came out of nowhere. It is very dangerous, very small, very windy, high up. I don't know how I'm going to build that. There is a duck in the river. There's ducks in the river. Adorable. So cute. Okay. Somehow I'm going to have to build that as well. And also there is another bridge that I'm going to have to build in. Maybe I just mark out some walls. If I'm looking at it this way, this wall, I'm going to try and use up as much space as I can, I think. Like this, and then we go this way, and then we go back along. I mean, that's not me using up the most space. This is where the parapet will be. I also want to try and give the different quadrants a different feel. So you can tell, obviously the Writer's Quadrant is on its own, so it can have its whole own vibe. But the Healer Quadrant, the Inventory, you can't see the Scribe Quadrant, but like the Administration Building, I kind of want to give them all their own feel so you can tell they're parts of different quadrants or areas. There's got to be a tower here. Is that really as tall as I can go? There's no way. What happens if I do a building, but then I put a tower on top of it? That's really as high as... Okay, I'm going to have to cheat the system here. This is where we have to get a little bit creative, I think. I'm going to have to terraform where I want... Can I terraform under the tower? If I place a tower down... I can. Okay. This changes everything. I didn't realize you could lift from the bottom. Hello? Where is this tower going? It looks like a water tower. Okay, this... Okay, I don't need the terraforming then. Alright, why did it take me so long to figure this out? This is interesting. Okay, so back to the whole tower thing. I need... Maybe if I place all my towers too. If I place... Here... There's like basically towers in each corner. Here... Gotta make sure I'm building a rectangle. There's also some additional towers, but I'll add those in afterwards. I'm going to be cutting it close down here at this border, but that's okay. want to give myself lots of space to work with and to play with. And then there's also a tower, which looks basically the same size down here. Okay, I'm just using those as markers for this part of the college. Now, what I'm thinking here, I need this tower to be taller because this is the one that's going to have the parapet. This is as high as I can make the tower. Okay, we can't go any taller, but I can lift the base and we can build around this. Potentially. Here's the thing though, the parapet goes to the ground. It honestly doesn't need to be that tall now. Because it, yeah, maybe it doesn't even need to be that tall. If they leave from like here and they get to here, that's the parapet. It ain't looking that dangerous in Tiny Glade, but now I need to figure out a bridge. I have done a bridge only once before in the demo and it took some figuring out. You have to use a building. I am pretty sure. Skinny, long building. Okay. We're gonna place it. Can we not get any longer than this? This is fine, I guess. We'll do it at a little bit of angle. It is kind of straight in the map. You know, this is artist interpretation though. And you might think this doesn't look like a bridge, and you'd be right. And that, oh, now what do you have to say? Now it's looking a little like a bridge, isn't it? We go up here. This is not what the parapet looked like. Okay, we can't go any longer. But I did place the whole thing really into the building, I think. Unintentionally, and I can't grab it now. How do I move it? Oops, I've put a roof on it. Actually, with the roof on it, it kind of looks more like the parapet because you have like this thin path. Maybe I could make this work. Okay, that is now connected to the building. That's as far as it goes that way. Do I recommend building Basgiath War College the first time you play this game? No. Okay, I don't think this is too bad for now. I think this is a lot of fiddling to do the parapet. I think I'm going to start with the main building, not the Writer's Quadrant, just because it's less busy, more straightforward, and I think I can learn lessons building this that I can then take to building the Writer's Quadrant. So we need some buildings. Some much wider, longer buildings. I'm going to have to double up. Like I'm going to have to do a lot of connecting buildings together. Maybe a bit like this. I don't know if the angle is good. So much of this is going to be trial and error. Okay, I can't make that any longer. So we add another building. Oh, this is going to be like 3 buildings stuck together. Oh, I like that. That kind of looks more intentional. That's not bad. Okay, I'm so zoomed in. Okay. Okay. Also, I didn't think about the front. I need like this needs to be different. This center section needs to be more grand. This is like the main entrance, and then there is like paths out here. How do I? Oh, it's here. Nope. It's like I feel like I learn how to do something and then I forget which control. How do I make the roof flat? Ah, like this. Okay. I feel like I need to rotate this part of the building. Exactly. Exactly. You knew what I was talking about. This, because this goes this way. This part of the building goes this way. Oh my god, this is kind of starting to look like actually something and not just me messing about. It's actually starting to work. Now it's like, how tall is this? I think the roof line's kind of made like this. Excellent. If I can get some sort of fancy thing happening with the top of the roof, I will figure that out. Do I throw a path down now? I kind of want to throw the first path down here. We go straight in from like, who knows where. The straightest line I can manage. Okay. Kind of. Not exactly what I wanted to give, but I like it. No, undo, undo, undo. I do want this to go through, but nope, nope. Here we go. This is going to be tall. This is going to be a big, grand opening. How do I make an open door without a pillar in the center? That's what I want. What is that? That is not a door. I'm thinking maybe it's because the building is too big. Like I might have to somehow yeah, I'm starting to see this working. After all that fiddling around, this is the best way that I can figure out to make a through archway with this building, is that I have to have these little archways on the side. Otherwise, this becomes a door, which I don't want. I'm just gonna tidy this up a little bit, try to make it symmetrical. And then I'm gonna have to, what I will do is reduce these down and I'll add buildings in next to it to get what we had before. And I think that's going to have to do because you're building within the constraints of building generation and you just have to deal with what comes of that and work around, which is also kind of a challenge with this game when you're trying to build something specific, but I like it. So we have the front path, I have the main gate. I need to put another building in here. Oh, no. If I can line up the front pretty well. This little door came out of nowhere. That's so cute. If I get rid of this path. No. Oh. Okay, that's worked so well. Nobody touch anything. It's like as soon as you start touching things, things go haywire. We need to bring this building out. Okay, same thing I'm gonna try and do over here. Amazing. Okay. Alright, the problem kind of fixed itself when I brought a new building in, which is perfect for me. I love that as you work, the foliage is growing back in. So now, like, I can't see this because bushes have grown in, and the vines and stuff. Like, the longer you leave something, the more it changes, which is... Oh, there's a door here. No, don't do that. If I do the rest of my paths out here now before everything goes crazy. So you have one path that goes in, then you have 3 paths on either side that just come from anywhere into here. Am I gonna be able to do enough paths here? Why are there 7 paths running towards the college? I don't know. Sounds like a bad defense mechanism, but I can't remember if there was a reason in the book that they had 7 paths into the college, but there you go. Let's see what options we have for architecture. Because I want... Oh, this is... The dark colors are Writer's Quadrant 100%. I kind of like the brick. I also kind of like this. I like the sense that this is the first building that was built of the college. So it would kind of have this kind of architecture. Like an earlier style architecture. Oh, this is just the detail that you can add. Okay, if I do this detail, and then this is the color. Why don't we go with this? This and... Oh, we can do the roofs as well. We haven't got to that yet though. I haven't done windows. I haven't done any detailing. I'm just doing structure right now. Wait, is that a different... Am I selecting a different color now? I am. The shadowing looks different. Now from the main map, you can kind of tell that this tower has 2 windows in it. But I think it would also have like one of these archer stations being right at the front of the college, at least one. What kind of windows did I do? I think I just did these, but then I doubled them up. Oh no, those are very different windows. Okay. Same thing on this side. I mean, if we do this, if I come back here, like literally, welcome to Basgiath War College. We have only built 1/5 of the college, but that's fine. Oh, I want this enclosed. How do I change that? We have to put a building in the building. Oh, yeah, maybe we just ignore that detail for now. I also think this would have a like this is your defensive. You're gonna have like your infantry in here with archers defending if anyone was trying to come in. Oh, we can change the roof too. What does that look like in the, like a dark brown for this? For this area of the college? I'm gonna say this tower belongs to this part. This tower belongs to this part. We could start looking at the healer's quadrant, and the healer's quadrant has an extra tower. Is that the bell tower? It has the bell tower in it as part of it. I think that's what that is. But it is a square looking tower. Can I put a round tower on a square tower? Let's find out. If I do a square as an example, then we go flat, height, okay? Then I round tower. You can't round tower on the square tower. I can put it inside. Oh, that's not what I want. I can. Okay, I can. It's gonna take a little bit of maneuvering, but it can be done. Okay. It's kind of close to this tower and on this part of the building. That's its max height that I can do. I could double the tower. I need this tower to be towering. I need this tower to tower. There needs to be a duplicate button so I can just duplicate what I have built again. We go like this. We bring this down. I will say, having doing this build for almost 2 hours now, I am much better of recognizing what I want to build and then knowing the controls that I need to make it happen and what is available and what isn't available. I think that took me a while, but now, like at the start, I would not have been able to figure out this bell tower, but having gone through the process of building everything else, I now know how to access the controls, how to make it happen to build what I want to build. I feel like this can be wider, but then I need to move it back and this way more. Now this side of the college needs walls. This is going to be interesting, where part of the college meets another part of the college. Oh, and the angles are different. Maybe I can make this happen. But again, I feel like the mismatched buildings, it just goes with what it would be like. You know, these buildings were probably built as they were required, kind of thing. Hills Quadrant does feel like it would be the lightest and airiest of the segments of the buildings. It would have the most windows for people who are injured. There'll be like hospital bays with a ton of windows. That is what my goal is with this part of the building, which I think this is among the lightest. Like, what are we on here? We're down on this. I do kind of like the style already for the Healers Quadrant. Maybe we go without the detail. And let's check the roof color. Do I go green? Do the quadrants have colors? I'm just now thinking that I think in Fourth Wing that I think infantry was blue. Now I need to look up the colors. Hold on. There's a Reddit thread and people seem to agree that riders are black, infantry is dark blue, scribes are cream, and healers are light blue. We don't have scribes on the map because the scribes are underground. So they're not necessarily going to be represented by the top buildings. But dark blue, light blue, I don't know if we do have different kinds of blues. The difference isn't too much, but it might be enough that we can work with. Unless I did healing like this. God, these are so close together. Would it even look very different? I kind of want to make healers even this teal color, just so there's more of a difference. Visually, like this is a difference. Just because we don't have that much color detail to work with. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Healers are gonna be this tealy greeny blue, and then infantry is gonna be the blue. And riders can be the dark colors. So this is gonna be this. I wonder if I make this side taller as well. I just feel like this part of the building would be 2 stories. Maybe up to here? It also gives it a point of difference as well. Like, this is a war college. You're gonna need a lot of space for healing. That's my thought process. This is already looking better than I expect. Like, I knew this could look good. And I have barely done any decorating. And this game just makes builds look so nice. It's already coming together so well. Infantry. I feel like I kind of also want to make... like have some sort of space that looks like a training area for infantry, maybe over in this corner. Like they would have like combat rings and stuff, right, where they're training. So maybe we start with this building. There's a building that connects these 2 towers and it's smaller. It's kind of a little bit skinnier, a bit like this. And we go, maybe I zoom out, I can see how this is supposed to run. I'm also making the infantry buildings a little shorter. In my imagination, infantry probably has the worst quadrant of all the quadrants. It kind of seems like they're a bit like the grunts. I mean, I think the riders quadrant is probably the worst because people over there are just dying all the time. There's a bird's nest. That's so cute. But infantry is like the grunts. They are just in training all the time. They're probably just in bunked rooms. And they just have basic amenities. They've got shorter buildings. Just everything's very basic about infantry, I think. I kind of want to do something interesting with this part of the building. I think I want to make this a type of lookout. Like, maybe the people in charge come up here and watch the training of the infantry. Maybe this is a little bit of a guard tower. I don't know how I'm going to pull off what I want to do with this, but I've figured it all out so far. We'll raise this up. It looks like it goes in line. It's just small. And then it comes in line with this. It's kind of built like this. There's infantry, and we're going to make infantry. We're going to give it all blue roofs so we can tell the darker blue that this is all infantry. This tower belongs to infantry. This one. Now, the colored roofs and things definitely is not a part of the book, I don't think, but I am making it canon law here today for my build. They have the same color brick as the main building at the front, but they have different roof. I feel like this part of the building, this part of the building feels like an add-on, and it's got this kind of building. Okay, we have main building, healers quadrant, infantry, and then we need administration. We need to finish off administration back here. I am just also now realizing this building is not part of the healers quadrant. The healers quadrant only goes to here, so this tower is also part of administration. So, bang, down it goes. This is Basgiath War College so far, with me taking some creative liberties. We have the front building with the parapet off to the side. We have the infantry quadrant with the administration building, and then we have the healers quadrant with the bell tower. The thing I'm thinking with doors, I think each quadrant has a main door into their quadrant from this quadrangle area. On the map, it's hard to tell exactly what's going on with the doors. Oh, I did notice the administration building has another little building here that I'll need to add in. I do need to figure out a bridge here though, which is gonna be difficult. I might have to raise up the height of the administration building just so I can get a bridge in here. Okay, we have a bridge. I don't sure what I'm going to do on this side. I had to raise the administration building area so that the architecture made sense, but that is okay. It all worked out. Oh, the little building. There's going to be a little building here that I forgot to add in. I was talking about this before. It's opposite the main gate. It's like you can go walk straight from the main gate into the administration building. Let's just throw that down as a starter. Maybe I want to line it up like this. With this roof part. It's going to be shorter. It's just tiny. Something like that. Cuts in about halfway up the roof. Nice. Let's give it the same style. Is that the color? Did I pick the right color for the roof? No, I didn't. Darker. Okay, now I think the main part of Basgiath College, War College, is architecturally there. We just get to start designing now. What is the emblem of the college? New question about fourth wing. I have a flag on the front. What's the closest I can get? Okay, I don't know if we've got anything like a dragon. We have a moon, we have the sun. Wait, let's zoom in here. There's a sheep with a crown. That's cute. There's a bird with mountains. A flower with mountains. A moon with a gate. I kind of like the moon one for this. And I might be able to change the color. No. I can't change the color of this. Yes, I can. I'm just looking. There also seems to be, I think, chimneys on a bunch of the top of the buildings. Let me see if I think we could do chimneys. Can we? Yes, we can. Oh, this just like adds so much to the aesthetic, having chimneys. It looks like we've got one here. I love it. Some points I'm trying to be super accurate to the reference, and then sometimes I'm like, I'm just taking liberties and doing whatever I think is right. A lot of chimneys happening, but that's what it looks like. If we're talking doorways now, which doorways are made with paths? Do you have a door into the bell tower here? And then the healer's quadrant door is kind of right next to it in this building. So I'm thinking with the bell tower, it looks like it has a bunch of like open archways. That would be so painful to put in. It would take so long, but I have found that I can do these little guys and kind of stack them up next to each other. I space them evenly. I could do this around this level, and then there's multiple rows of this, and then do the windows above this. I don't think you've ever seen a bell tower have so many windows. And I'm just trying to replicate the amount of arches you can see on the map. Oh my god, these are such cute little windows you can put on these things. Adorable. Maybe they kind of should be a bit lower though. Maybe this can also have a flag. Where's my decorations gone? In here. I didn't know you could do a long flag. Maybe we can give every quadrant a flag. Oops, I changed theirs. Oh, maybe they should have a flower because it's like healing. Oh, that's so much better. Healing quadrant compared to every other quadrant is actually starting to look like a proper building. Let's do something with infantry. Infantry, we can't really see where the entry to their building is. I feel like it could be at this tower, but then there's a lot of entries at this side. So we're going to make it, maybe we just make it in the center here. Okay, I've made some adjustments. I have adjusted the parapet to be taller because it was the same height as this bridge. And I was like, it needs to be a little more daunting looking than that. So I have managed to make it taller and added this little area at the front because I know written in the books they step out into like a little landing area. So I've created a little landing area through here, which I think it's turned out pretty good. Now that each of these quadrants has entryways and the bell tower, I need to make some paths. I'm going to make paths where I feel like people would walk. There would be a direct line from the entryway to the healing quadrant. And then I feel like you would walk like this over here. You would probably walk from that to there. Infantry would be walking here to here. Infantry would 100% have a path from healer's quadrant direct to them. There would also be a path as you come in this entryway. I get rid of this bit of path for now. Direct from the front building to administration. Let's add a little bit of foliage. I feel like healer's quadrant would probably have a little bit of a garden going on. They're probably growing herbs. Something, I'm not sure, in here. Whatever they need for their healing. To help their healing processes. How did a sheep get on the roof? Anyway, he's getting down now. So, oh, they get a little garden in their corner. I wonder if I can fence this a little bit. Cute little garden fence. Welcome to Basgiath War College minus the Riders Quadrant. This is what I've got so far. We have the entry building with its own flag. Behind that, administration building. To the left, healers quadrant and bell tower at the top. And then on the other side, we have infantry with their own banner as well. Infantry also has its own little outdoor combat area for training. All that I need to do now is the Riders Quadrant, which is a whole other set of buildings on its own. But I'm going to take a bit of a short break, grab some food, and then come back and finish off the Riders Quadrant portion. I am back after a short break and having a snack, and I feel re-energized, rejuvenated to get stuck into this. Look at the sheep stuck on this cliff down here. I feel so sad. Welcome to the Riders Quadrant over here. There is a couple of turrets here on these walls. I'm just seeing there's going to be a turret. Not that big, just little turrets. Kind of right where the parapet comes in. On this wall here. This wall here also has one. Wait, no, here. I'm just gonna start with general structure like I did before. We'll take this all one step at a time. There is a dragon rotunda, which from memory, I think this has walls. It's like raised, but it doesn't have a roof. What does it say in the wiki? I haven't had to use the wiki too much. Links the academic wing and the dorms, also serves as entrance to the gathering hall commons. By behind the stone keep has a giant arch door at the center. The words carved in the arch. A dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without their dragon is dead. Okay, so it has a roof. It is like a proper building. But it is round. It is like a big round building right here. Basic structure of the Riders Quadrant is complete. I need to figure out what I'm doing with the parapet, because do I have any idea? No. Like, I wish stairs were possible. And I wish I had considered this earlier before I started doing this. I can make the end a wall. So maybe they kind of come down a wall. If I do this, this might be a way to finish it off. Okay, I kind of like that solution. I've made it so that they come off the parapet on this side into the courtyard area. I also imagined this to be just fully not really much vegetation going on in here. I've gone through and I've adjusted the positioning of all the buildings, and the color scheme obviously is all very dark to go with the Riders Quadrant. I'm happy with the way that the parapet looks now, and most of the other elements I think are looking pretty good. One thing I want to try and get right is the dragon rotunda, because this is meant to have archways all in it, I think, at the front. So we'll see how this goes. Well, might actually be pretty easy to do. It kind of just did it itself, which was amazing. And I might try and have an idea to give this a floor. Put this on the... Put that on the ground. Ooh, this looks cool. Okay, that looks so good. I don't think you can make it any flatter though. I can make the archways. Oh, look at that. The dragon rotunda. Okay, now I need to fix up what's going on in here. You've also got, so the buildings based on the map. This is first years, dorms, gathering hall, academic wing, dragon rotunda, and then the riders quadrant is just labeled up here. Alright, welcome to Basgiath War College with the Riders Quadrant complete. That only took me less than an hour to build the entire Riders Quadrant. We have the end of the parapet, we have the first year dormitories, we have the other dormitories for other years. They've got like a door on this side to get access to their dragons because they would have dragons then. You have the welcoming hall, which has more of a gothic style, as well as like the academic hall. Then you have the rest of the administration buildings for the Riders Quadrant. Maybe I put a window on this side. Now the only other thing I haven't really checked out is lighting at night, because I've placed torches, but until you see it in the dark you don't know if I need more torches. So we're going to take a look at the middle of the night. Red should kind of be for the main entrances, shouldn't they? That's what I was going to do. So I'll keep those regular. I should put some down here. I'll make that little light purple for the scribes because the scribes don't have a place. Maybe I'll also put a little scribe banner up here, give them their own banner, because I've kind of just not given them anything because they're underground. What can their banner be? The moon, maybe? And I've kind of given them purple, even though they're kind of cream or white in the books, I think. This little area over here looks so cool for the infantry. I'm gonna give them some more lights over here. This is a main entrance, so that can have blue. The last thing that I need to attempt to do after all that is see if we can change the season in the game file so I can see what it looks like in different seasons, because currently I built the War College in summer, but there are a whole bunch of other seasons in the game. I'm gonna see if I can do this or not. Hopefully I don't corrupt my game save file. We'll see if this works. This looks so cool. They need to add changing the seasons into the game as a... Oh, it just looks so different in a different season. There's patches of snow on the ground. The snowfall, the vines are frozen. There's snow on the lanterns. The chimney smoke looks thicker. This winter is just much more atmospheric. Like, you lose a lot of the colors of the rooftops because you've got snow on top of them. The garden is all frosted over. This is cool. Oh, we need to look at all the seasons now. Okay, we're doing this again. This looks so cool again. It's like so different, but so cool at the same time. The colors are kind of deeper. The foliage looks different. Very autumnal. Very fall. The grass is dead. The flowers look great though, but I love this. I can see how different builds could, depending on your build, different builds could benefit from different seasons. I love the way that it comes into sight as well. There's flowers everywhere. Yeah, this is very spring, very flowery. I definitely feel like the War College wouldn't be this flowery, but I still like it. The vines are also flowering now. Yes, flowery definitely doesn't suit this build, but if you're doing something very whimsical, very cottagecore, flowery is definitely the way to go. Okay, it's very misty. Oh, there's like tree stumps. It's like as if the building had been abandoned a little bit. The vine growth, it looks like it's coming in stronger. We're definitely getting more vines growing over things. Some trees are dead. It's very foggy. Twisted roots. I think this kind of building, there's more chipping on the outside of the building, like more worn away. But with the stone, I think it's very similar, and I used a lot of the stone and not this kind of fascia. But there you go, that's all the seasons that there is. This turned out better than I expected. I really like this. I think it looks quite a bit like the map in the book. It took me, I would say in total, 4 hours of build and decorating time to put this all together, but it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to do more builds in Tiny Glade. Tiny Glade makes it so easy to make a build look nice because no matter what you put up, it's gonna look good because of the auto generation. If you want to check out Tiny Glade for yourself, make sure to click the link in the description. If you have any suggestions to improve my Basgiath War College build, please let me know in the comments down below. Or if you have suggestions for other builds that I can attempt to challenge myself with in Tiny Glade, I'll definitely be interested in hearing about it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It helps me out a ton, and hopefully I catch you in the next one.